Good morning, Storm fans. It's Bryant Cook, and today we are playing Vintage once again. I am preparing for Eternal Weekend. And this deck is a shower thought that I had this morning, so I decided I would try to record it before the Legacy portion of Eternal Weekend. This is something that I'm interested in testing because I haven't been loving Hullbreacher. So I've been bouncing back and forth between these larger Saga decks and then the really slim PO decks. And one of the things that I dislike about the larger Saga decks is I don't think the twisters are very good. So Time Twister and Wheel of Fortune, those cards just, they have not been good for me anytime that I've tested them. So I'm not super interested in playing those. So I started playing a list with 4 copies of Hullbreachers and a Dack Fayden. What I found was that my deck was really clunky. It was exactly the same thing that I disliked about my Esper Tinker list, where I was running Lavinia and Teferi. So how can we solve that? Well, we need to play cards that aren't as high mana cost. So let's slim down on Hullbreachers. You know, that's the big thing here. And so I went from playing 4 Hullbreacher down to 1, but then I added a Dack Fayden. So I essentially removed 2 expensive cards from the deck. Actually 3. I'm sorry, 3. And then I added in 3 Ragavan Nimble Pilferer, which is going to help me accelerate into these Dack Faydens, into the Hullbreacher, into Narset. And that's something that really interests me. But on top of accelerating you, it makes treasure tokens that make your Urza Saga tokens, your constructs, even larger. So all of this sort of makes sense to me, and I'm interested in trying it because I love the Tinker shell. It's just all the lists that I try end up seeming so clunky. And when you're running Ragavan, you really want to emphasize red. So we're running 3 Volcanics and only a single Underground Sea. You only have 3 black cards in your deck, your entire 75, so you don't really need 2 copies of Underground Sea. I'd rather have the extra basic, and that's what we're showing here today. That's the big idea here. The main shell of the deck is Paradoxical Outcome, and I know that sounds weird because there's no POs in our deck. There's also no Mox Opals, but the shell of the decks are fairly similar. It's like the difference between Ad Nauseam Tendrils and the Epic Storm. There's a lot of cards that overlap, but they are different decks. So you get the idea. A bunch of broken vintage cards and then the key things that I described here. In the sideboard, I think Sprite Dragon is primed to make a comeback, if I'm being honest. So these Bant Hate Bears and Green-White Hate Bear decks are coming back, but they run very few answers to creatures. The green-white version doesn't even run a single Sword Sploshers in their deck. So with Sprite Dragon and Sphinx of the Steel Wind, you can just pound them into the ground and change the name of the game plan. Everybody tries to board in Force of Vigors and, you know, Null Rods against you. Well, what are they going to do against the Sprite Dragon? They're going to lose because they just boarded out a bunch of the removal. So I really like this in theory. Let's try it today. It makes sense to me, but it might not be as good in practice. So we'll find out. Yeah, I guess it was 2 on the Hullbreacher. The 3rd slot from Ragavan came from me pushing the 3rd copy of Fluster to the board. Right now, a lot of people are trying to play around Fluster because it's a common 4 of in a lot of these lists. So I'm choosing to run 1 on the board. We can always side it back in, but it's either that or pushing Sphinx to the sideboard, and I really like having 2 big Tinker targets, so that's what we're doing here. Tabernacle's obviously for the Bizarre decks, and then Blightsteel is for the Workshop deck, so you get to choose which large fatties you play in what matchups. If you have any questions, I'm always happy to answer them, so leave a comment down below, but also leave a comment anyway. It helps support us get into the YouTube algorithm, and it's free. If you've already left a comment, like the video and subscribe. Those things are also free and easy to do. Why wouldn't you want to do that? We're going for 6,000 subscribers this month. Let's try to hit it. It would mean a lot to me. And if you're watching this content, that means that you probably like what I'm making. So please subscribe. And if you're looking to take your support to the next level, click the join button next to the subscribe button, where we have tons of perks, just tons. I don't feel like going over them again. There was a video on Vintage like 2 days ago that also had this stuff in there. Go look at it. The join button has access to the members Discord and a bunch of sweet stuff. Just go look at that. We also have the epicstorm.com/donation decks where you can submit your combo brew to be featured here on this very YouTube channel. The epicstorm.com/shop where you can get card singles, including a Japanese Tolarian Academy that I do not want to own. Go buy it. The ApeOnUnicycle.com/shop also has Storm merchandise, including our mini token pack that has monks for our vintage friends, but also colorless mana and other mana tokens. Go check it out. All right, so that was my deck tech. I realized that this one was a little bit shorter. If you have any questions, really, I don't mind answering them. Leave them down below, but I'm going to see you in match number 1. The first match with Grixis Tinker, we're on the play. And speaking of Tinker, we have it. So I love that. Let's keep this. Okay, so this might seem a little weird. I don't know what our opponent's playing. I'm going to Mystical for Force of Will because I have turn 2 Tinker, and I just want Force of Will back up. Alright, so if they're on like shops or something, I'll have Force in hand, and then I'll have Tinker. It just seems like a smart idea. Ancestral Ragavan. Ooh, they're also on a Ragavan deck. Look at that. Okay, and they know that we have Force. Misty. Okay, Volk. You can have Rags. I'm not going to force that. Okay, draw. Saga goes up to 2. Another Dack Fayden. Alright, and another Saga. But we're going to jam that Tinker card. I think I'm actually supposed to just get Sphinx of the Steel Wind here. I'm not even joking. Like, I don't think that these decks can beat Sphinx. Alright, so they're casting Ancestral top. Okay. Strand. And they're at 18, which is a life total that's divisible by 6. Like that. Are they also on Grixis Tinker? Okay. So one of our Sagas is about to die. But then we get to search up another. Let's float a mana here. And I'll get Soul Ring, so that way I can use this construct. I guess I could have gotten, like, Ruby. It's a small mistake on my part. And I'm just going to be lazy and do this now. It doesn't matter. Actually, there's probably a Hurkyl's Recall in their deck. So they probably have one out. Yep, top. Assuming that they are Grixis Tinker. There's probably a Hurkyl's in their deck. Okay. They're drawing with top. It's interesting. There's passing. Draw. Oh, do they have an upkeep Hurkyl's? Upkeep Ancestral. I think I need to force that. Or switching misstep. Okay, so their Ancestral will resolve. Am I allowed to draw? Okay. What do I want to do here? Get Ruby? I guess I don't need to play Ruby. Or play anything pre-combat. Let's just attack. They have to block the construct. Just cast Ragavan. So you might be thinking, like, why bother playing Ragavan? You have this game wrapped up. If the worst possible thing happens, if they have Hurkyl's, I have Ragavan in play to help me get back in the game. You want to keep on pressing the advantage. Not showing your opponent Ragavan isn't nearly as important as just winning the game. Lotus. Ruby, okay. 5 cards in hand, one of them is a basic island. 2 mana. A Black Lotus for blue, red. Progressive Iteration. Okay, so it might not be a Tinker deck. I mean, this isn't limited. Like, they could still be Tinker, but who knows? Vamp Tutor. Okay, that's a pretty good one. So they could vamp into Hurkyl's and then cantrip Hurkyl's and pass, and they'd be at 4. I could get a Ragavan hit in, but it's not a lot. There it is. So now they can cast their Hurkyl's Recall. That's why I played the Ragavan. Alright, so they still have an... Ooh, they're gonna kill me. They're a Breach deck. Okay. So maybe I just made the wrong move getting Sphinx. Yeah, I'm just dead here. I thought they were like one of the blue Xerox decks. There's been a lot of the blue-red tempo deck running around in leagues, so I thought that's what they were on. And I'm just getting bit. And I need to sit here and just let them kill me. You shouldn't just concede to Underworld Breach. Sure. I'm just going to F6. They can do their thing. I don't have anything in hand. Alright, so that gets Brain Freeze, and then they can Black Lotus. Okay. Bummer, we lost that game. I felt like I was pretty far ahead, but I should have gotten Citadel. That's what it came down to. Alright, so let's bring in the Flusters. I don't want Sphinx in the deck. That can get out of here. I'm somewhat interested in Soul Guide Lantern, so those can come in. Get rid of this Hercules. 62 at the moment. Probably don't want Needle, so that's a card that can leave. And this looks pretty good to me. Let's submit this. Yeah, I did not see Breach combo coming, so that's probably on me. Maybe I should have. With Underground Sea, that might have been a giveaway that they weren't actually on a fair deck. You're learning with me, it's fine. I make mistakes too. Okay, so we're on the play. No red source for the monkey. Well, actually, let's keep this anyway. What I can do is I can go Underground Sea, Vamp for Ruby, play Sapphire, swap Sapphire in the top, and then turn to Demonic. Like, maybe this isn't the best thing, but that's what I'm doing. Sapphire. Let's Vamp. Are they gonna force this? Or do they have misstep? Misstep, okay. And top. That's the turn. We have plenty of red sources to upkeep top end too, and then we can play Ragavan. Or maybe dash Ragavan. Alright, Volcanic Island. And they're gonna pass. Upkeep top. I think I just take the Saga. Okay, and let's Demonic. Not sure what I should actually get here. Like, getting Ruby for Monkey doesn't feel great, but maybe it's fine. Alright, let's cast the Ruby. Pass the turn, and hope that nothing bad happens to me. We're playing a game that is way too fair right now, and a combo mirror. Well, they know that I have nothing now. Okay. Sonic Tutor, that's not good news. Lotus, is this Breach? Preordain, okay. Time Walk. Might be dead. We could play Breach here into Black Lotus, Demonic Tutor. Yeah, I could be dead here. Volcanic Island, Preordain. One on top, one on the bottom. Ancestral's a good card. They're just so far ahead of us here. Upkeep top. Alright, let's draw and attack. What do I get? They are a fair deck, but they also have a kill in it. Interesting. I don't know if I'm allowed to play this. Let's just cast Brainstorm. I know that there's a force on top, so if I could have force blue card instead of just Ragavan, that'd be nice. Sure. Is a construct token better than Lelia or whatever the hell it's called? She's probably better. I mean, I do have a force on top, but that Brainstorm stopped me from converting Ragavan into a card with text on it. All our opponent needs to do is find Underworld Breach to win the game. There it is. If they had Breach last turn, I think they could have just won. And I'm not going to make them go through it. I'm dead here, so I'm just going to concede. Alright, we're 0-1. I don't love how I played this first round, if I'm being completely honest, but let's see if I can do better moving forward. Match 2, and we're on the play. Turn 1 Ancestral, backed by Flusta. Flusterstorm? Let's do it. Alright, Sapphire. Misty. Ancestral Recall. Switching Narset. We're gonna do the whole fluster thing. I guess I could have done it on their upkeep to avoid Force Negation, but I wanted to be able to play out this stuff too. Okay. Cool. Okay. So we just need a key now. Saga, alright. Into Soul Ring. That Soul Ring will be mine! No, you can have an extra turn. Sorry. Draw. So I can dash Ragavan here into the Dack Fayden. Okay, get in there with Rags. Citadel. I can't cast that one. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate. Red, blue, black, Dack Fayden. And let's steal that Soul Ring. Okay. I'll take it. Alright, well I didn't mess up there. I did not mess up there. Alright, so we probably want these Flustas. We'll have a good Flusta. I don't think we really need Needle in the Pseudo Mirror. Sphinx can probably come out. Probably the Hercules too. Is there anything else I would like? Braid's not bad. Kills Breachers, but also Construct tokens, plus big stuff. Let's try this. So Braid is just such a versatile card right now. I really like it in Vintage. Game 2 and we're on the draw. Unfortunately, this is not a keep. We have to ship that. I think I can try this and just bottom the key. This hand is not that good. Underground Sea, Ruby, Opal. So they're on PO. And they're passing. Or at least I thought they were. Demonic, you got it. Now they're passing. Draw. Did not need another land, that's for sure. And they're just passing. Draw. I will take an Ancestral Recall. That's a pretty good one. Okay, so I'm not going to cast this until I get an opening. So what I might do is play land 3 and like cast it and try to like build up a Fluster Pyro pile. Because I think that they demonic for Ancestral as well, and they're just looking for an opening. Draw. I'm not going to play the Ragavan quite yet. Okay. They're on 7 cards now. And our opponent's passing. I'm going to fetch. If they're not going to do anything, I'm fine just taking draws. Alright, let's play Ragavan. I could dash, but I'm trying to keep open these 3 spells. I guess I could play Mana Crypt, but I don't know. I'm not in love with that yet. Like, I'd rather just get this in play. Alright, well, they had the Fatal Push. And this is a pretty good window for me to Ancestral, I think. Because it can't Fluster. I'm not convinced that they're actually playing red. Okay. Recall. So this is an interesting choice we have here. I can Fluster or keep up Pyroblast, and I think I want to Fluster only because... Ooh, I can also counter the Fatal Push. I just realized that. So we put 2 of these on each, and then they can't pay. 1, 2, and then same targets. Now both of my things get to live. That makes the Pyroblast play not even a question. Okay, well, that didn't matter. Ancestral? Alright. Now they're going to try to Ancestral because that's what they demonic for, and we're going to Pyro. Concession? Yep. 1-1. Look at that. Ragavan did damage right there. Well, that was actually pretty good in game one, but damage right there. This league is going quick. I like that because I only have an hour and a half before Eternal Weekend starts. 3 more matches to go. Match number 3. We've opened up a really good hand. Our opponent has exiled 7 cards to Serum Powder, and there's a lot of things to like about our keep. We have turn 1 Narset versus the Bizarre deck. We have turn 1 Needle versus the Bizarre deck. We have Ancestral Recall. Like, this hand's just very, very, very good. Alright, and there's Bizarre. I guess we don't have turn 1... I'm sorry. We would need a blue land to have turn 1 Narset. I stand corrected. I just noticed. I was like, oh, we don't have double blue. Alright, and they've discarded 3 pretty good cards, and looks like we're getting griefed. Chalice. Well, that's not nice. That's actually a pretty big problem for me. Yikes. Draw. Well, that just changed the texture of this game quite a bit. Needle. Oh, why weren't we on the play? That's the real question here. Am I getting vigored? Okay, not getting vigored. Pass. Well, not passing. Yielding to the Ichrid. Alright, so they dredged and now they're passing the turn. We don't have another land, which is kind of a problem. Draw. That is a land. Play top. That's for 2 now. It's Ancestral. Can't really use these yet. I do have a Hercules in my deck to get rid of the Chalice. I don't play Repeal. And we're gonna activate top here. I think I want to put the Misstep on top. Pass. Alright, so Ichrid's probably coming back this turn. Removing the Thug, and then they can dredge the other Stinkweed. Yeah. Okay. There's a Narco. And they milled their Misstep in a Revival. Maybe I don't want to draw the Misstep. I guess I could have drawn Volk instead of the Misstep. I can like upkeep top, but I want to make a construct token, so I don't know if I love that. What to do here? I guess with them having this online, it's not like the Vault for Ragavan is even good. Let's just make a construct. And is there anything I really want here? It could get Key, and then if I find a black source vamp for Time Vault. I don't hate that. Play Saga. Top. Those are black sources that I don't want to draw. Okay, well, I can play Narset next turn and then get rid of those. Alright, Ichrid's coming back. Or not coming back. This has been an interesting game, that's for sure. And a Dredge, okay. So they could get in for 1 with an Archamoeba here. And they're going to do that. I go to 16. Alright, draw. Saga's going to go up to 2. What are they doing? They shouldn't have anything here because they've been dredging every single turn, so anything that they have should have been in their opening hand. And why cast this now? It's so strange to me. Oh, they needed a green dredger. That's it. Okay. I see. That's a little awkward. I mean, I can upkeep top for free, but I already want the top card. I just have to let that go. Draw. Saga. Tap for mana. Play Narset. Minus Narset. Take the Brainstorm and then cast Brainstorm. Trying to convert some of these into cards that matter. I've already played a land, but there's Needle. I'm probably dead here. And oh, they didn't activate Bazaar on my end step. That was good for me. They just forgot to activate Bazaar. That would have made things much worse. Like, there's a small chance that I live now. And they milled therapy. Okay. Now they Dredge return. Yeah, this could have been way worse for me if they Bazaar'd on the end step. Oh, my bad. Narset prevented. Okay, I'm a dummy. Sorry, I am catching up. I'm getting on my opponent's level. I see. That said, I think that they could have responded to Narset with Bazaar. And they didn't. You know, Narset does that whole thing with Bazaar Baghdad and drawing cards. I should pay attention. I even mentioned it when I kept my 7. Alright, so I believe we're about to take extra or infinite turns. I'm gonna block the zombie. Okay. Yep. Okay, draw a Mox that I don't really care about. Saga goes up to 2, and I'm going to just vamp up the... I'm gonna minus Narset first. I'm like trying to think of all the things that I could possibly lose to. Fluster beats Mindbreak there. Needle, Bazaar. And then let's vamp. Go get Time Vault. Tap this, 4 mana. We can actually ponder into it instead of having to flop top. No. Time Vault. Ooh, flopping top would have been better. My bad. Because I lost the fluster backup. Flopping top was just strictly better there. I mean, the chance our opponent had something is pretty low, just because, like I said, they were dredging every turn. But like, I could have just flopped top, and that would have been completely free to do. So that's a mistake by me. I've been playing a lot of Vintage recently too, so I don't have an excuse for these mistakes. Like, I should just be playing better. Let's get the Pyroblast out. I don't know if I love Ragavan here, so that's a card that can probably leave the deck. I don't know if I love the Hercules, but let's see what we have to bring in first. A Braid kills Hollow One and Chalice. I don't know if that's worth having in my deck, though. The Flusters hit Force of Vigor. I'm definitely interested in those. Needles, Soul Guides. It brings me up to 59. Is one a Braid better than having a Dragon? Like, I don't think Dragon's actually that good here, so maybe it's just like one a Braid. Let's try this. Like, Ragavan just doesn't seem very good to me. Between zombie tokens and Archimeebas and stuff. Plus, like, I don't really want any of the cards in their deck, so... yeah, this hand seems fine. We can go get Ancestral Recall on turn 1. Like, I understand this hand doesn't have any of our hate in it, but it's still a fine hand. Alright, Bazaar. Okay, triple creature. Probe, now they know what I have. They get to dredge off this, so the Thug. Force, Hollow One, Stinkweed. Pretty good. And a Grief. So that's relevant because it put 2 black creatures to their graveyard for Echo Red. What is with them and always opening the effing Chalice? It's only one of. I have to force this. They have 4 cards. They could have the answer. Okay. Draw. This just means I'm going to get blown up by Force of Vigor. And I think I'm supposed to play these only because of Cabal Therapy. If they have Force of Vigor, I'm just bodied. Like, I can't do anything else. And here's about to be my concession. Alright, no Force of Vigor at least yet. There's 1 Force of Vigor in the graveyard. Okay. Not loving my odds. Amalgam's gonna come back on their own step. Narcomoeba, yep. I'm going to take 6 going to 13. Looking grim for the home team. Okay. Tails at 10. Other land. So even if I make a blocker, they have 10 damage. Game 3. That hand just didn't pan out. But we get to be on the play for once, and I do like that. I'm just going to leave the configuration as is. Like, none of these cards are really that good in the Dredge matchup. Like, Dack Fayden isn't amazing either, but at least while I'm winning the game, I can keep going. Like, if for some reason I have a Citadel in play, it helps sculpt the top. Like, it does things that are good. Or if I have the game on lockdown, but I need to get ahead, like with Needles and Soul Guides and stuff, like, it keeps me drawing cards. This deck could be called Grixis Thieves. It has both Ragavan and Dack Fayden in it. Just saying. Very thefty. Okay. Game 3, we're on the play against Dredge. Hell yeah. Keep taking a mulligan to 6, to 5, to 4. Alright, they exiled 4 with Serum Powder. And now they've gone to 3. This is not a joke. Last night, I got paired into this same opponent. They beat me on a mulligan to 2. I had a pretty good opening hand, and they beat me on a mulligan to 2. So you can't get too excited when your opponent goes this low. That said, my hand wasn't as good as this one, I will admit. Probe. What are you working with? Mindbreak, Hollow One, Bazaar. Well, this is only spell number 2. Ding! 2-1. 2 more rounds left to come. Alright, we're back, and we're facing Ozymandias again. So if you caught my vintage video that I recorded yesterday, we faced Matthew 3 times, and then I faced Matthew again later that night. So this is my 5th time facing Matt in the last 24 hours. Kind of wild. I'm going to try this. Keep. Okay. So I'm going to Ancestral and Matt's upkeep to avoid Force and Negation, which Matt is playing, so... Okay, let's Ancestral. There we go. Pretty good Ancestral, too. Alright. I'm playing a different deck, so when I got paired into Matt, I was always playing PO. I am not playing PO right now. I'm going to fire off this Brainstorm before Matt can Hullbreacher me. Ooh. No other land. I didn't want to play Saga this turn. I think I'm supposed to... A little dicey. Play Saga and then, like, jam Needle. Question is on what? Don't know what to name here. What could be a card that Matt would be playing that I wouldn't be? Karn? I don't think Matt's actually... Like, Matt had a bunch of, like, Dark Confidants in their deck. I don't know. Well, I'll name Wasteland. It's fine. It's like one of the few cards I could actually lose to here. Matt's not playing it, but... And now we're going to get in trouble. Okay, they didn't have Force. That's good. We're about to draw a Vamp we don't want, so I'm hoping I can dash Ragavan into playing Vamp. Okay, Delta. Mana Crypt. Did I get baited? Hullbreacher, okay. Pearl, 3 cards left in Matt's hand. Needle. Probably on Saga. 2 cards left. Sure. Okay. Oh, we're not drawing Vamp. Okay. Sorry. Let's dash the Rags. Oops, can't cast it that way. Alright, so Rags getting in. No blocks. What do we get? Force of Will. I think I'm just gonna pass here. Yeah. I'm gonna leave up the Pyroblast for like Tinker. Met as a Tinker deck. I could main phase Pyroblast the Hullbreacher, but I don't know what I gain out of doing that. Alright, 2 cards. We fall to 13. Alright, we're gonna draw the Vamp. And then tap the Saga. I think I get like... I get Jet. How good is that? I get Lotus. Sorry, I just need to think about this. I think I like Lotus. Let's do blue. My bad. Let's sack this for red. Dack Fayden. Pyroblast the Hullbreacher. They have 2 cards. Ah, Bolt. Punished. Okay. Let's dash Ragavan again. Okay. Take a free ponder. I have not played a land yet. Is this worth keeping, though? I guess it allows me to play Narset next turn. Okay. They won the flip on Mana Crypt, Lotus. Is this Citadel? Oh, they have Tinker? No, why would they tap like that for Tinker? I don't know what's going on here. Oh, they have Sphinx. Okay. We do have a Hercules in our deck. We have Vamp. We've used Ancestral and Brainstorm. I can just Merchant Scroll for Hercules. Okay. So I am going to take a hit for 6 here. Draw. Hercules you? They drew Force? No way! Man, what are you doing to me, man? Ugh. Unreal. Can I beat that? So I'm about to go to 4. I don't know if I can win. Saga can give me like Mana Crypt. Trying to figure out what I can do here. Cluster's not anything that's good. I need mana, and maybe I should have played the key earlier because I think I'm short on mana now to win with Time Vault. So if I get Jet, I can play Vamp, and then 3 mana is not enough to win with. I need 4. So unless I flop top into a mana source, I'm dead. Oh no, I have to flop top into the Time Vault, so that doesn't work. I have Will in my deck. Am I supposed to play to Will? I don't think that makes a difference because then I'm using black. So let's say I am supposed to get Will here. I could key to untap it, but it costs me a mana. Maybe that's fine. Okay, so then play key. No, I end up being short on mana here. So I Vamp. Yeah, I end up being short 1. Damn it. Oh, I messed up. I could have Vamped for Tinker and put my own Sphinx in play. Oh no. That was the line. I just saw it. I'm so bad at Magic. I have to shuffle. Hope it. Oh no, that's a top, not a ponder. Yeah, I just punted this like 12 ways to Sunday. Matt deserves it. I played super poorly there. Ah, damn it. That was bad. Alright, I have to play better than that. Let's get these needles out of the deck. Circles can go. It's 60. That seems fine. Yeah, I don't love how I played that. Alright, let's just focus on winning these next games. Let's keep this. And pass. I'm going to end step Mystical for Force and just turn 2 Tinker with Force back up. Hopefully Matt taps that on turn 1. Not looking likely. I wonder if I just play it a little slower then. Draw. Pearl. Saga. And let's Merchant Scroll. I'm gonna get Force anyway. Like, you could get Ancestral there, but, like, I'm not trying to play the Ancestral game. Okay, 5 cards in hand. You got it. Alright, draw, and now we can make a Construct token. Oh, that was an interesting draw as well. I think I'm supposed to just pass here. Alright, 5 cards in hand. Let's make a Construct. They have 4 cards. Draw. I'm gonna make another Construct. Question is, what do I get here? I think it's probably something like Sapphire. Or maybe even Lotus. Not quite sure. I think it's Lotus. Because that means that next turn I can Mystical for another like piece of counter magic. Alright, let's get in for 4. Okay. 4 cards in our opponent's hand. What do they have here? 4 mana, none of it's blue. Oh, that hurts. Supposed to force this. They let that resolve, okay. They have 2 cards in hand. 5 open mana. Upkeep, let's Mystical. What's the play here? So I can't get Force, and if they have Fluster, I can't pay for Tinker. And my own Fluster doesn't work. So they would be flustering for 3, and I'd be flustering for 4, and they can pay. I think it's honestly like Probe. Let's see what they have. Or something I could do is I could attack them for 8. They're going to make a Construct. I think I lose that Fluster battle anyway. I'm just going to get Probe. I need to know what they have in their hand. What do you have? A Braid. Okay. That's quite the pair. Alright, so if they make a Construct block and a Braid, I have the win. Alright, so they're gonna wisely just take it. So I could Tinker here for Citadel. Yeah, I can beat in a Braid here. Blue. Tinker away. Construct. Yeah, I just have Citadel beat, I think. I wonder if I fetch if they'll try to abrade. I think the answer is yes. Right, Fluster. Okay, so now I just need to piece together a win. I have Vamp, so I can just put Time Vault on top. And then I need any piece of mana. And I haven't played a land yet. Get to see. I will cast Ponder. Dog Will is pretty good, I heard. Put Will in the middle, draw Force. Let's cast that Yogg-Will card. Lotus. Vamp. Time Vault. Time Vault. Okay. So Matt's going to do the nice thing and concede here. Thank you, Matt. So now we're going to game 3. I'm just gonna resubmit. Game 3 on the draw. Is this good enough? I don't know, but I'm gonna try it. Sapphire. Lotus. Saga, that's a good start. Slightly better than mine. Okay, let's see what we can do. Draw. Black Lotus. I'm afraid to brainstorm now because this could mean Hullbreacher. I'm gonna ponder. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna brainstorm. We hit the Pyroblast, but no other mana. They got me. I'm not winning that. All right, Matt continues to kick my butt. We are now 2-2. All right, the final match. Let's see if I can piece together a win here. I haven't loved how I've played this league so far. That said, I am fine with making mistakes right now if I'm going to play better next weekend. And our opponent revealed Luris, so they're probably on Breach. I mean, we just have turn 2 Tinker here. We also have a Fluster if we need it. They've mulliganed to 4. Alright, Island go. Lotus. Emerald. Opal. So they're on like PO with Luris, okay. Or not PO with Luris. Ingenious Smith is fine. I'm not going to force that. They have 1 card in hand. Is this like vintage Hammertime? They put Luris in their hand. Well, I am jamming turn 2 Tinker. Alright. Well, you can play Saga here. Ruby. Tinker. I wonder if it should just be Sphinx. You know, I came here to party. We're gonna Citadel. You can have a Stoneforge. Vintage Hammer. Kind of wild. Okay, so we're taking 3. Draw. Saga goes up to 2. Might as well play the Saga. These things are all, like, they can replay all of these, but it does clear the top of my deck. Maybe I should just, like, pass? Because that way I can't possibly die. I think that's actually the real play here, is I just pass because I can't possibly die with our Hurkles on top of my deck. Key? Alright, so they're playing Vault Key. I wouldn't have expected that. What are you doing? I'll take 3. I'll go to 14. Alright, so on their end step I can make a construct. And I'm gonna Hurkles them. They've conceded, okay. So we won game number 1 over Vintage Hammer. Well, a Braid seems like a great card here, so does Sprite Dragon, or not Sprite Dragon, Lightning Bolt. Misstep seems fine. We probably don't want Flusters, probably don't want Pyroblasts. Those can all get out of our deck. Needles, I don't think I'm a big fan of Needle here, but oh well. I wonder if the tab is any good. I wonder if we just want to stock up on Hurkles. Let's try this out. Sure. We're just going to draw Tinker. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Planes into Esper Sentinel. Alright, Force of Will. And I will pay the tax. Okay, and I can play Soul Ring. Alright, Mono White Weenie and Vintage. Let's go. Saga, okay. Another Sentinel, you got it. And that's a Hammer. They have 3 cards. Where's my Tinker? I totally don't deserve to draw Tinker, I just would like to. So, let's do it. Saga. Yeah, I think I keep my Saga around. I was thinking about playing a blue source so I could have Bolt plus Hurkyl's up, but I don't think that's really worth it. I want to get ahead with my Saga. They have blue. Okay. So they're trying to represent mushing me here. Okay. I wonder if I'm supposed to... Ooh, I guess never mind. That doesn't matter. So I think I'm supposed to Hurkyl's them. They can't recast the Sentinels here, which is nice. So maybe I should have responded to the equip because they just got the draw card off me. That's my fault. I'm learning. Okay, I'm definitely going to kill that paladin. Tails. I lost. Okay, draw. I like the ruby draw because it allows me to play a force this turn and hold up construct. It's bolt. Misstep. I was not expecting that. And now I look silly with Academy in my hand. Yep. I can just counter the hammer. Pass the turn. Oh, well, I guess they can get a hammer next turn. Or, well, right now, my bad. I think that means I'm dead. I think I got vintaged hammered. If my opponent just grabs hammer here, they should have lethal. Well, close to lethal. And then the mana crypt might kill me. Yeah, I just messed up by not playing Academy first. There was no reason not to. I just didn't think it mattered and obviously got punished. Yeah, I'm just dead. Counter that. And they have double Esper Sentinel and 2 unknowns. I have just not played well this league. This deck does seem good though. Canonist. Hammer goes smush. And I get crushed. Okay. So we lost game number 2. I played like a monkey. Let's just play better. Can't help but wonder if we want the Tabernacle. Just to slow them down a little bit. Maybe take out one of these Ragavans that's not very good anyway. Also, maybe Blightsteel's just better than Sphinx. Let's do this. Also, maybe I want 3 Needle, because I can name Hammer. Sorry, Rags, you're one of now. On the play. Not a keep. Go to 6. I think I keep this. And then we play top looking for a black source. Bottom, the Emerald. Okay. Mana Crypt. Top. Then top. Okay, so there's our black source. So I just want to think this through. If I spin it, I can turn to Tinker, and I think that's just worth it. Question is, do I get Citadel or do I get Blightsteel? Sapphire. Plains. Lotus. Ancestral Recall. I'm gonna force that. Alright, so they put Luris to hand, okay. Max Opal. If they had played that beforehand, that would have been another... I think they might have messed that up a little bit. I don't know their hand. Maybe they don't have anything to play anyway. So the question is, what do I get? I could lose to Swords if they have them in their decks. I think I'm supposed to get Citadel. Fails. Always fails. Tinker. Citadel. Probe. Bolt them. Okay. What about Probe? Circles you. Play Dack. At 6. I can Mystical for Time Walk. Or Time Walk could be on top of my deck and I can't cast it. Now I look like a fool. If I get Will here, I go to 2 life. I haven't played a land yet, and I can mana crypt for, or I can tinker for Blightsteel. Alright, so let's get Will. Play Will. Lotus is a good one. Crypt. Actually, I think I have it here. So what I'm going to do is sack this, tap this, cast Tinker, go get Blightsteel, play Ruby, and now I can Mystical Tutor for Time Walk, plus Dack, target me, and then cast Time Walk, discarding the island. Oh, alright, so we got the 3-2. You know, I didn't play well this league, but this deck feels pretty good. Especially if you're a better Magic player than me. Like, what if you actually knew how to play Magic, right? But it felt really powerful. It does a lot of the things that I like. Ragavan was fine. The deck didn't feel as clunky as the versions I had with all the Hullbreachers in them. So I like that. I don't know if Sprite Dragon is going to end up being worth it. This could be something else. I'm still just exploring right now. You're welcome to tell me all the terrible misplays that I made in the comments. I'm probably not going to care. I just need to play better. And it's not like I don't notice a lot of the misplays. I just notice them after I do them because I play too quickly. And sometimes it's difficult to play and narrate. So it is what it is. And let's just open the pity chest. What is this? Some garbage card. All right. Well, thank you for watching. Keep storming. Have a great day, and I'll be honest, I hope I crush Eternal Weekend that starts shortly. Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.